Composure is power, and composure is just you being calm and in control of yourself, regardless of what life is throwing at you. Regardless of what moment you find yourself in, you can just maintain a level of calm and actually see the different options in front of you. Come on, let's break this down. In a world of just reactivity and tit for tat behaviors, you being able to stop that cycle for you and for others, it really can kind of come off magical sometimes. Like, wow, something happened to you that should have pissed you off, but you're just sitting there as if it didn't happen. Being in control of your emotions can genuinely feel like a superpower, especially if you're surrounded by just reactive people, because you can kind of just start seeing how you would behave if you didn't have this composure. But since you just have this little bit of calm within you, and this knowing that you can produce this calm within instead of waiting on external situations to give you a reason to be calm, once you just have that inside, people can start noticing like, wow, this event bothered everybody else, but you seem to be unmoved by it. How is that? And once you begin to control your inner state, you'll even start surprising yourself. It's like we have so many limitations and things that we won't do because we feel like if somebody pisses us off, then we may turn into this version of us and we won't be able to control it and all of this extra stuff. But once you just realize that the power comes from within, then you can place yourself in any environment. You'll be completely fine regardless. Yes, things can happen that will annoy you, upset you, cause you to be fearful, anxious, all sorts of things can happen, but you just knowing that you can shift your inner state at any given moment, it really does act like a superpower. Because it's like you would have just gone down this level of thinking that would have led you down to this reality, but you saw it and you just stopped it right at the door, and you were able to shift into a different reality that wasn't filled with so much drama and heartache and all of that extra stuff that tends to come with friction. Like, it doesn't need to go that way, but we just aren't typically in the know about the powers that we come with. And it's like right now your nervous system is in control of things. It's always controlling you, but you have the final say-so. It's just so many of us don't realize that we have this final say-so, so we're allowing the nervous system to have the final say-so. Anything that it feels anxious about, cool, we're anxious about it. It's like we're not having our own mind separate from our body. And if we do, that's where the anxiety comes in, because our mind and our bodies aren't on one accord. You're trying to do something, but you're frozen, you get stuck. You lose your words. The things you wanted to do don't get done because you don't find the motivation to do them. But it's like once you are able to shift your state, then you won't need to find motivation, and you won't need to get rid of anxieties and all of these things, because your body and your mind, once they're in line, once they're just, on one accord, then the things that you want to do and the things that your body lets you do will be one and the same. So it's really cool to shift out of states, and it's like the faster you can shift out of a negative state, the more enjoyable your life ultimately will be, because it's like you just, as soon as something happens, you just nip it right in the bud instead of just ruminating on it, letting that energy sit with you all day, letting that energy make you be foul to somebody else just because you weren't able to compose yourself when some challenging thing was presented to you. And once you continue practicing shifting out of these different states, you'll start to just slowly realize like, wow, I'm creating my reality. Like, this person came and was talking to me crazy. If I would have responded back crazy to them, there's no limits on how that moment could have went. When things happen, as long as you respond negatively, that's just going to lock you into one reality. And if you respond a different way, in a more positive fashion, that'll lock you into a different reality. It's like every time something happens to you, you're faced with a fork in the road. You can go the negative route or you can go the positive route. Which version of you do you want to be? And you don't have to just react to things. You can decide that version early in the morning, as soon as you get up. Who am I going to be today? All right, cool. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to be level-headed. I'm going to be productive. I'm going to get things done, and I'm not going to allow anything to deter me. Once that's firmly rooted as this is the person that you're going to be, just continue being that person. When life challenges you, because that's going to happen. Once you commit to something, life's going to be like, oh yeah, that's how we rocking, and it's going to test it. It's going to make sure that that's really how you're rocking. You just got to stand on it. Yeah, this is really how I'm feeling today. Nothing's getting me off my pivot. I told you I was in a good mood. So life, that's what it is. I'm in a good mood. When people come at you with the various things that annoy you, piss you off, and all this extra stuff, just remember that you have breath as a tool. It's like a lever that you can pull to change whatever outcome is about to happen in front of you. Like, you don't have to just snap because somebody made you want to. That's just a small part of you. The bigger part of you, your higher self, it doesn't want to snap on this person. That's not what it's trying to do. It wants to do what you told yourself you were going to do early in the morning. Stay calm, be productive, and all that. But now your lower self is trying to tit for tat with this person who just blew you. And you don't have to allow it. Like we just said, that's the smaller side of you. It's just a vocal minority. And you knowing that is going to make all of the difference. Like, you don't have to respond to a vocal minority. Like, forget all of that. You don't have to think about that. The bigger part of you wants to be calm. Keep that in mind. So whenever things come up that try to take you out of that calm state, they try to release that composure that you're holding on to, you don't have to succumb to that. Maintaining a level head, like keeping your composure, you can start doing this by implementing some breathing routines into your life. Because each time you deeply breathe into your diaphragm, that's helping your nervous system just regulate a little bit more and more over time. Shift you out of that sympathetic state into a parasympathetic state where you can rest and digest instead of just being tense and stressed and on alert, that fight or flight. This is where a lot of us are living, in the fight or flight state. So whenever things happen to us, we just react. But once you shift into a parasympathetic state, you're able to see more options. Something happens to you and you see that option to just react, but you see some other ones too. Like, you can just fall back, take yourself out of the equation if it's not matching that frequency that you told yourself that you were going to maintain. And you can even have grace, like feel a bit of sympathy for the person. Like, wow, you're in a low vibe today. You don't gotta tell them, you don't gotta express that to them. You can just make a mental note that, okay, this person isn't really on the type of vibration that I told myself that I want to be on. If you don't have to be around this person, then just excuse yourself. Like, once you realize that they're on a different vibration than you want to be on, just remove yourself from the equation. But if it's somebody like a coworker or a boss or just somebody that in your immediate vicinity that you can't just leave, then it'll benefit you to really breathe in the moment. Take some deep breaths. Whenever somebody is doing something that you don't like, breathe in. Take a 4-second inhale and an 8-second exhale. That doubling up on the exhale literally will shift that sympathetic state right up out of you, because it's telling your body that you're safe right now. And all of the different things that could be going left aren't. So whenever you're faced with these challenges, remember to consciously breathe. It literally tells your body that you're safe. The types of breath that you do matter though. Like, don't just shallowly breathe into your chest. You want to send that breath deep into your diaphragm. Try to get it under your stomach, like just as a visualization thing. Just throw that breath under your belly and just let it fully expand out. This helps get your body and your mind on one accord, so you don't do something that you don't want to do, and so that you do the things that you want to do without anxiety and shame and all of the extra things that can be placed on top of it because your body and your mind just weren't on the same page. You can shift that via your breath. Another one to do is 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out. Or you can do 4-4-6. Breathe in for 4 seconds, you pause for 4 seconds, and then you exhale for 6 seconds. Do that last one for 3 rounds, and then just see how you feel afterward. These are some practices that I regularly do to shift me whenever I'm feeling like I might be a little dysregulated, or before it even happens. I just wake up in the morning doing it just so that I can start my day with that fresh mind. And then it makes it easier to continue through the day like that once you get faced with different challenges. See what I'm saying? But all right, that's enough for today. I'm Brad. This is LGTM Healing, where we get your mind right so you can go and get your money right. I'll see you next time.